Bravehearts Worldwide. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. It's good afternoon here. And today, what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about knee problems, and we're going to be talking about self care. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, okay, where I'm going to be showing you how to take massive personal action. You might not know this, but whether you're talking about medical care, whether you're talking about natural health care, I'm going to tell you something. You know what us practitioners do? We find out the secrets on how to help people, but then we don't share them and teach them to people, do we? No, we treat people. We don't train people. I'm going to tell you something right now. Why don't you go take a look go back to 1930. Please do that. Go back to 1930. There wasn't anybody overweight. There wasn't anybody, you would never see anybody in a wheelchair unless they were in some kind of sports accident or car accident. It was so rare. You wouldn't see anybody with a walker unless they were like maybe in 90. Seriously. You wouldn't see anybody, okay, with canes, okay? You know, I remember, my great-grandfather was a vet and he got injured, okay, in the war. And he had a cane, okay? I remember that there was a cane in my grandfather's place and my grandmother's place where I lived, but they never used the cane. They didn't use the cane. I never saw any canes. I'm telling you right now that we have never had such a victim society as. Oh, and you know what? It's nobody's fault. But it is going to be your responsibility. And the majority of the population are going to be told by a doctor that your meniscus is shot, the cartilage is gone, you're bone on bone. Okay? You know what? I got to tell you something. I've known that this is all just really pathetic lies. I hope you know that the cartilage will grow back in you. I also know if you have a meniscus tear or a cartilage tear, that it's scar tissue. I know that we can get rid of it using Wolf non-surgical, and especially when we use cell sonic regeneration. I'm going to go over things that you can do to help your knee, okay? Because somebody asked me that. And I'm going to try to do some kind of self-care that you can help yourself with. But just understand something. If you decide that you want to go and take drugs because your knee is so painful, understand you still are taking those drugs. You know why? Because emotionally you need to shut down. Drugs are drugs. And guess what? There's drugs in nature that are made by nature that actually expand your mind. But there's no drugs that pharma makes that expand your mind. They shut you down. They make you not able to think. They cause, and what they do is they create gut-brain disconnection. So you're still in pain, but you don't feel it. You're still on fire, but you don't feel it. And that's why everybody that's on any drug that is anti-inflammatory or anti-pain, okay, you're going to end up in surgery, and they're going to cut a chunk out of you somewhere. They're going to give you a rod, a screw, okay, a plate, all right, or they're going to give you a false hip or a false knee. You know, it's all about replacement, isn't it? It's all about us forgetting that the body heals itself. And understand something. Right now, it's 86 to 92% of the population is not just overweight, but overweight to obese. What do you think the extra pressure is on your knees and your hips? And most people don't understand that most of these knee problems, if you weren't in an accident, or if you weren't in a car accident or a sports injury, you got it because you were pooping in your pelvis, because your large intestine. And nobody's ever taught potty training 101, are they? You know, if you go to my library and you watch How to Become Number One at the Art of Number Two, and if you also watch The Domino Effect of Normal Living, and if you also watch The Holy Grail, Your Large Intestine, you would know more than 90% of all the health practitioners, natural ones, and you would know more than every doctor out there on health. Go figure. But, people are going to go to a medical doctor, okay, because you can program people to believe anything. And that's the God's truth. If anybody has any questions, right now we're live on Doc of Detox Telegram. So if you go to Telegram, live there. We're live on Rumble. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Twitter, otherwise X now. And we're also live on YouTube. Okay? So if you have any questions, you can put them in here. And you may see me put these back on because I've been doing a lot of videos lately. And these are called Tesla eyewear, and we sell them. And they're actually the only glasses in the world that actually take blue light and actually transform it so that my eyes aren't burning, my brain's not burning, and that I'm not becoming acidic. How many people know that blue light is causing, just in teenagers, 10,000 teenagers are being diagnosed with cataracts every day? You're saying to me, well, what's that got to do about the knees? Well, if you knew this, you'd know that an acidic body, okay, when somebody becomes acidic, wherever the weakest link is, becomes crystallized scar tissue issue and calcification. And that's the truth. That's what happens. Okay? Now, whether you believe this or not, okay, let's start off here. First of all, just let me tell you this, just so you know. I'm going to review it just at the very end, and we're going to go over a slideshow. But right now, I just want to tell you this. My whole focus is not treating people anymore. I will treat people when they come to Zihuatanejo, Mexico, and they come to our healing retreat. I will do that. And so will my son, Dr. Sage Wolf, and we have 2 other master trainers here. We will treat people, but our objective is to train them. We don't want to treat people and then they go home because that's mistreating them. Then they're just going to have to come back. I want people to go, oh, I don't need him anymore. He taught me everything he knew. He taught me and my wife, or me and my husband, or me and my children how to do Wolf non-surgical, his elbow technique. He also taught us about how to detoxify the body, and he also taught us that when there's inflammation or pain anywhere in the body, how to get rid of it. He also taught us that drugs are just a sucker punch. He also taught us this. So the reality is that's what we do. That's what we do at the DOD 5-star retreat. It's called Doc of Detox 5-star retreat in Ixtapa, Mexico. So you might want to come down, maybe not. I'm also opening up a 30 by 40 professional video studio, right, Rafa? Yeah, we're opening up a big one, and we're going to be doing master trainings, master classes. We are going to be bringing out so much information. We're going to try our very, very best, okay, to teach you how to look after yourself. All right? For so long, we have tried to make people be dependent on treatments. Why didn't we train them? Okay, and just know this. I challenge every practitioner out there to give a money-back guarantee on their services, on their trainings, on their certifications, on their schooling, because that's what we do. And if you can't do that, then your stuff can't be that good. So, you know what? This is a year of integrity. You're going to find out that people are going to feel fearful. They're going to feel desperate. And people that, it's like this. The strong get stronger and the weak, okay, get weaker. And understand, you're going to see a big difference in people. You're going to see people rise to the occasion over this next year. And you're going to see people, wheel, deal, banana peel, just try to get around, try to rip people off, okay, because they're going to feel desperate. I'm going to show you the knee in a second. It won't take long, but I will tell you this much. Tomorrow, my one a day is this. It's all going to be about emotions, and I'm going to prove to you that you are out of control, that you don't know how to control your emotions, and that's 999 people out of 1,000, and that's the God's truth. People do not know, and it's your emotions, okay, which is the invisible that creates the physical. I just want you to take a look at your life, your body, everything around you, and just know that it was all created by the frequencies that you put off through the emotions that you have. And that's the truth. Take a look at when certain things happen and see how you react and attack yourself or others. Or, you know, how often do you call yourself idiot, stupid, nobody loves me, nobody cares for me? You know, if you see it, you'll see it all the time on my show. People say, nobody loves me. Doesn't matter what I do. Well, guess what? Because of that belief, you're so powerful, you've created that life. How many people believe that they can't fix their own knee? What if I told you that this, and you can believe it or not believe it, what if I told you that only 2% of all surgery ever had to be done? Oh, and by the way, I'm ready for a surgeon to come on and challenge me. Okay, don't think that I'm just going to go half-cocked and say things anymore. And remember something, I'm not out to down anyone or make anybody look bad. I'm out to make you feel better. And the reality is you don't know that you have such potential at being your own practitioner, your own Braveheart. But you're going to have to learn how to master those emotions. You're going to have to learn some techniques. First of all, if anybody has any knee problem, do you want to see the most brilliant technique in the world? Are you ready? Here it comes. Hope you're ready. Don't want to miss this. It's too easy. Ready? Now, you might think, I already have knee pain. Why do I want more? Well, because I'm going to tell you something. You only have knee pain because this is like a bend in a river. It's called a joint. And the reality is this bend in the river has what? Tons of garbage. What happens if the garbage collects in the bend in the river? Does the water flow just as good? What happens if the flow is cut off considerably right here? Well, you're going to get swelling, aren't you? You're going to get pain because of infection. You're going to get inflammation. And with inflammation, you're going to start pulling the calcium out of the bones and into the joint and into the cartilage and into the ligaments and into the tendons. Are you with me? And guess what? You're going to get fibrin also, because with inflammation, you get dehydration. With dehydration, you get scar tissue formation. And guess what? That scar tissue formation is just tissue without blood flow, without energy flow, without nerve flow. You've cut it all off. Dehydration, that's the big one. So now what we've got is we've got a knee that is basically beef jerky. You understand that? So here's the deal. Every bit of swelling, okay? Every bit of swelling, every bit of pain, and all the stiffness that you feel, okay? All the redness is because of a physical block. You have first an emotional block. No, I don't. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm not going to fight with anybody anymore, try to struggle with anybody anymore. They're either going to understand that they have been programmed like I was. They've been programmed like everybody else was. And remember something, people aren't stubborn, okay? They're not stupid. They're just programmed, okay? And the reality is, if you don't want to take on this one little bit of advice, just because I told you something for the first time does not make it a lie. 1 second. Rafa, come here. Can you grab that phone? Just walk right in front, please, and take the phone, all right? And then make sure, and from now on, let's make sure that we're on airplane mode. No, just take the phone and give it to someone. And make sure we're on airplane mode on these phones. Thank you, my friend. Okay, where was I? Okay, so the reality is this, that you have to have an emotional block before you have a physical block. Because when I say this, you're actually blocking higher consciousness. You're blocking abundant thinking. I mean, how many people, when I just said, here, the first most important thing you can do if you've got a knee problem, I know you're going to start off easy, Just start like, okay, my knees hurt, I can't do it. Well, just do this, or just stroke them. I love you. Stroke your knee and say, I love you, I love you, I love you. I apologize. I apologize for not doing what I need to do. And whether you want to believe this or not, if you've got a bowel problem, if I have a sluggish bowel here, this is called my sigmoid colon. And that would be like almost everybody, okay? All right? Almost everybody. Because they don't know about structured water. They don't know about drinking hot structured water. They don't know about Ormus minerals. They don't know about black diamond. And if you did 16 ounces to a quart of that every morning, your bowels would move. And especially if you did daily cleansing tea, just a little bit morning and night, you know what? 95% of all your symptoms, you'd never have them because you did daily cleansing tea. One sec. Just know that 95% of all your problems, whether you're talking about a hemorrhoid to a tumor, come because, you know what? Because I'm constipated. So you look for something to get you moving. But what about taking something that doesn't have a laxative in it, isn't stimulating, but it goes in and it actually just supports all the detox organs of the body, so now you work more efficiently. I take right now, because I have a really good diet, okay? I mean, I have a really good diet, okay? I have a live it. I don't even have a diet. I have a live it. And I will take 4 ounces of the tea twice a day. I don't need more than that. But I will always do it because I want to be a lean, keen machine. I don't want, when you have a good bowel movement, you can think better right away. Well, what if you had 2 or 3 of them every day? And the reality is most people are eating machines. No, they're not. They're garbage cans. They think they've got to eat 3 times a day and have 3 meals a day. And believe it or not, okay, you're not supposed to eat food. You're supposed to take in nutrition that turns off the hunger valve. That's why people are obese. That's why they're overweight. That's why they have knee problems, ankle problems, hip problems, low back problems. And it's all because of the bowel, and we can go right back to it. I'm not, if you said to me, I've never had an accident, but I don't know why, my knee doesn't feel good. I would tell you this much. I would tell you that chances are you've had a very sluggish bowel here, and if not, you had a sluggish bowel in your cecum. And guess what? Do you ever see how somebody actually has a leg and that one leg is more swollen than the rest? Well, because there's actually fecal debris caught on this side, cutting off the circulation here, either this side or both sides. All lower body problems come from the waistline. We call it a waistline, but that's your large intestine. And it's actually blocking up and making the biggest beaver dam right in here, especially if you're hanging down and out. If you think that you've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 or more pounds and you're hanging out here, you don't think that's putting any pressure on your knees? How many people here know that, guess what? Okay, for every 10 pounds that you have, don't trust me on this, but every 10 pounds you're overweight, you put an extra 40 pounds on your knee for pressure. Did you get that? I hope you get that. What do you think you're doing to your low back? Especially if you're hanging out front here or you're bloated. All of this, you've got no core, no tone here, but so now your back is all tightened up. And guess what? I got back problems. I got kidney problems. No, you don't. You've got a large intestine that's full of waste, rotting, and it's sitting in you like a dead snake. You know what? You're supposed to have this. Hold on. This is supposed to be tone. And the looser this is, the more tighter this is, the looser this is, the more that you're pooping in your pelvis, and you don't think that that's affecting your knees and your ankles. You don't think that that causes neuropathy. You don't think that that causes gout. You don't think that that causes arthritis in the joints. You don't think that that causes swelling? You don't think that that causes... Okay, the large intestine is responsible for 95% of all low back surgery. Did you get that? So how does it feel to go have surgery? And then you didn't fix your colon. Oh, now you're as stiff as a board. Now they put a rod in, a screw in, a plate in. Now you can't bend over. Now you don't play sports. So you can be old at any age because aging, premature aging, is a scar tissue crystallization, calcification issue. Do you know what makes me a genius in this field is because I'm too logical. It's just logic. 1 and 1 are 2, not 11. You go talk to almost any body worker out there and say, look, do you deal with turning scar tissue back into connective tissue? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Can you get the calcium that is displaced because I have osteopenia, osteoarthritis, and if it's not in my bones, that means it's in my joints, it's in my muscles, okay, or it's in my breasts, or it's in my gallbladder, or it's in my kidneys. Can you get that back into my bones? I don't know what you're talking about. People don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. My practitioners know what they're talking about. I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm trying to tell you that guess what? This is all hidden. I have done everything that I can, okay, to search out and to seek the best of the best. You know why? Because I want the best for myself. I want the best for my family, and I want the best for you. Understand something. You go ahead then. Put that knee brace on. Okay? And then you're going to buy a cane eventually. And you're going to limp along. Then you're going to need drugs. And then from limping, you're putting the pressure over here. So if you've got a knee problem, now you're going to have a hip problem on the other side. Did you get that? Did you get that? It's going to get a lot worse. There'll be a lot more canes, a lot more walkers, a lot more Depends, people wearing Depends. There'll be a lot more electric wheelchairs, and most of the people that have electric wheelchairs can still walk. They just gave up emotionally on life. They were probably sexually, emotionally, physically abused. I'm not making this up. I've got over 20 years of psychology, so when you think I'm just sitting here and I haven't done my homework, I have. Because the emotional becomes the physical, the psychological becomes the biological. And tomorrow I'm going to go through the whole emotional thing, the whole brain thing, okay? All right? You do know that your brain is not your mind. Did you know that? Your brain is not your mind? We'll talk about that tomorrow. But the reality is this. If I started to get a stiff knee, let me see you do this. When you first do this, the first thing that you're going to do is this. I'm causing myself pain. I'm not going to do that. Meanwhile, pain is a GPS. How long have you been in pain? How long have you been in pain with your knee or any other joint? Okay, any other joint. How long have you been in pain with it? You want to be in pain for the rest of your life? If you don't want to take massive personal action, you keep going to a chiropractor, massage therapist, acupuncturist, physiotherapist, do whatever you need to do. Let everybody know that you're doing your best. But that's not the best. The best is you taking massive personal action and actually doing something about it. And the reality is pain is a GPS. And the more pain you have, the more you are ignorant of the fact, and the more that your body's screaming, why can't you love me? And that's it. All right? And go ahead. The worse the pain gets, the more inflamed you are, the more calcium you're going to pull from those joints, okay, or those bones into the joints, into the tissues. And then you can just, why don't you go ahead and blame it on genetics too? Or my grandfather had arthritis and now I have it, which is the biggest BS story. There is no such thing as genetic arthritis or genetic cancer. Oh my God, did I actually say that? Yes, I did. When I tell you that it's genetic and it's not epigenetic, which means it didn't start here, that it was genetic, then guess what? I can't do anything about it. And if you can't do anything about it, don't worry, they're going to do something about it. Aren't they? They're going to give you all the drugs you need, and they're going to give you all the surgery you need, and then you're going to need more drugs, okay? And guess what? Maybe you got the attention that you thought that you always wanted because you're not getting it from your family, your friends, or the world. But guess what? You're going down, and you're leaving early. And if you don't leave early, you're miserable as crap. So you can either decide to take massive personal action and just realize that I'm just here to try to wake you up, shake you up, bring you up, rise you up. That's it. So we're going to start, you could just start this light. But in 5 minutes, you could do this. You know, people come to us and they go, I could never let you do non-surgical and pull the scar tissue apart to let the blood flow in and let the life come back in. I am just in pain. I can't even let my husband touch me. Do you know how many women come to me like that? And I will just first stroke the area like this, and they're going, I go, does that hurt? No, it feels good, thank you. Then I'll go a little deeper, and I'm not have to say a word. And then guess what? And then I'll alternate, and then I'll bring my elbow in, and then I'll use my elbow on a 45-degree angle to actually start opening up the fibers. And guess what? I got people that have the worst fibromyalgia and pain in their body. And guess what? We'll put them to sleep using non-surgical and going nice and slow, pulling the fibers apart, and they'll go, oh my God, I feel amazing. That's right. Everything's a program. So, just start easy, but watch. I just want to show you something. Now, I've been clapping, okay? I've been clapping for years. This is a clapper that we designed, and we did not come up with clapping. Clapping goes back to the Chinese. Okay, we're talking 10,000 years ago, okay, and they used to use actually bark, or they would use, there's the Chinese chestnut leaf, okay, things of that nature. Well, this one works a lot better. This is called a chopper, this is called a chipper, okay, and I will do an hour and a half every second day. I stick to my schedule. I have discipline. And guess what? You'll know when you start loving yourself and you're disciplined enough to say no to someone and yes to you, because you've made a Braveheart Heroes contract that you will love and respect yourself first and foremost before anything else or anyone else, so help you God. So don't you tell me, okay, about how bad you have it and you have it worse than anyone and no one could even understand. You know what? This is you selling yourself on your own victim story. You've got to get started here. They want this. Look at, they're not after me. I'm way too much trouble. Look at, you know what? I mean, you know, I had a huge TV station try to actually take me down a year and a half ago and destroy my company, destroy my business, and it made me stronger. That wouldn't maybe happen to other people. The reality is this. You got to find that brave heart in yourself, and you've got to learn to stand up. Remember something, corporations, okay, and most of the systems out there do not want you to love yourself, care for yourself, realize there's no health care, there's only self-care, okay, and there's no such thing as love. When people give it to you, they give it to you. When they pull it back, they pull it back. But there is such thing as self-love, and once you realize that once you give yourself that self-love, self-care, that you've created a foundation that's so strong, nobody can rock you from it. And the creator of everything just wanted you to love and care for yourself, nothing else. They made up all these other rules down here, okay, that everybody's all mucked up about. But let's get back to this. So I'm going to just do this. So when I'm clapping, what's that going to do? Well, first of all, it sounds worse than it is. And the reality is this. I decided that pain was a friend, pain wasn't an enemy, and pain is a friend when you take massive personal action. Pain is an enemy when you feel you're a victim and you are only good until the next treatment or the next pill you pop. And that's it. Most people don't even like my conversation I'm having right now. And it's not the people that don't like me, it's the subconscious. Because most people don't understand that your subconscious mind is not your mind that creates things. Your subconscious mind is what runs you 98% of the day. And you are being run by belief systems that are trying to protect themselves, even if you're killing yourself and your family with the way you're treating and with the way you're eating. Okay, so if I did this clapping, and let's say after 5 minutes, because you don't need to do more than 5 minutes. So I'm going to keep talking if I can and try to stay focused here. But understand something. When I clap, now look how hard I clap. See, does it sting? Yes, it stings. But I'm not a victim. I'm a hero. Now when I finish this knee is going to feel so much better than this knee. And you're not going to, I know you're not going to get this. Okay? And I know what I'm talking about. If we increase circulation, we increase blood flow. That means we increase heat. That means we will actually increase calcium ions. That means it will actually create blood flow into the scar tissue that they say won't heal. And understand something, when they tell you you're bone on bone, it's calcification, okay, in that cartilage, and it's still there, but it's been calcified. If people knew about cartigen, which helps the joints, and you were to do Cardigan 2 to 3 times a day, you're going to see within, 3 to 6 months, if you do these other things I told you, which I'm going to show you, and you actually spend some money, spend some time, spend some energy. Oh, I knew he was going to try to sell us on something. Well, yeah, I guess I am. This product here is the only product in the world that will take displaced calcium and bring it back into the bones. This product here is invisible ions. Calcium ions do 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes in every second. And understand, if you took this 2 to 4 times a day, the more you take it, every 3 to 4 hours, you would see things changing. You'd see the pain go away. You'd see you become stronger. That's the reality of it. So here. So if I clap, okay, if I keep clapping, okay, and I bruise, what does that mean? I hope you know that healthy people don't bruise. I will clap as hard as I can right now and understand something. Some of you are going, he's a masochist. He's into pain. Well, guess what? I can guarantee you that I have less pain in my life, okay, than you do. I guarantee you that you have more pain in a week than I'll have for in a month or even months. Because I self-care and self-love, and I know that pain's a GPS, and I know that I will never have any pain in my body unless my body's saying, I want your attention here. I need attention here. We've got scar tissue. We've got crystallization and calcification, and I need you to get rid of it. But you don't. You go off to the druggie and buy your drugs, or you go, just take the drugs and we'll keep an eye on it until the calcification gets bigger, the scar tissue gets worse, and then we're going to do surgery. That's it. My phone number is 469-861-8884. And I would like someone who wants to challenge my theories to come on a show with me tomorrow. Give me a call as soon as I'm done. I won't reject you, but challenge me in an intelligent way, because I will never lie. I could be wrong about something, but I'm not wrong about this. I did this. I put Wolf Non-Surgical together when I was 27 years old. I'll be 67. This is the most powerful body work in the world, and we teach mothers, fathers. We teach whole families down here in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. Dr. Sage Wolf goes all over the world, and he teaches people just like you how to do non-surgical. How would you like to be a better practitioner, body worker, than every other body worker you ever went to? And I can say that because we give a money-back guarantee on all our trainings. And your practitioner doesn't even know something. Your practitioner doesn't know that it's the scar tissue that was caused through the inflammatory diet and inflammatory mind you have. When we say to people, well, we got to get rid of the scar tissue, they go, oh, even a practitioner. Well, I don't know why. They didn't have a car accident or a sports injury. Really? Well, take a look at anybody out there that waddles like a duck. That's calcification and scar tissue formation wrapped around their SI joints, and then the chiropractor wants to jam it back in. It pops back out every week to every 2 weeks. You got to go back. You come to us, and we'll do treatments on you the first time, and you'll go, wow, I haven't felt like this forever. And it'll only take 20 minutes to do that SI joint. And then if we did it 3 times, it's not going to pop out anymore. And if you actually stop pooping in your pelvis, which means that you'd have to make sure that you're not just focused on the first 4 inches of your digestive tract and saying, oh, well, I'm addicted to this, and actually looking at it and say, will this give me life? Is this high in light? Is it high frequency? Will it go in and nourish my body? Will it turn off the hunger valve? Will it go in and clean? And will it go in and rise my frequency up and turn off everything? That's just like people tell me, Dr. Wolf, I do a parasite cleanse 4 times a year, and I go, you don't need to ever do one again. All you got to do is the perfect day, bring your vibration up. You'll only find parasites in a manure pile. What does that mean? You're calling me a manure pile? No, I'm telling you that you've got tissue rot. I'm telling you that you're rotting inside. And anytime that you're rotting inside, which is called a disease, you're going to have parasites, you're going to have fungus, you're going to have bad bacteria, okay? And viruses. We don't get viruses. They're not alive. You get viruses because there's too many Halloweens and Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's and, hey honey, do you want to celebrate this weekend and go out and just get really drunk? Just know that the more poison we eat, the more viruses we have, which are just basically man-made chemicals, heavy metals, GMOs, and that's why you got to drip it out, because bacteria and fungus and parasites will not eat that stuff because it'll kill them. And look how smart, they're smarter than we are. Anyways, this book here, this is what everybody gets. Everybody gets this. This is better, as good as or better than any university. And guess what? An 8-year-old can understand this. And understand, if you want to keep on doing what you do, if you're a massage therapist or a chiropractor or a physiotherapist, go right ahead. But I can tell you right now, we have doctors, chiropractors, nurses, lay people. You know, we'll have a mother come in and do this course, and she'll do way better than the chiropractor will, because it's all about, you know what, going with the flow and understanding the procedure. So anyway, so we're going to clap. Look how hard I am. Now, this is how much I have learned, okay, that I am not my pain. And I know the reward. You can go and say whatever you want that that's abusive. No, your life is abusive. If you've got a disease, that means you're out of ease. That means that you're not in alignment. That means you're not in harmony. And that means that you have abusive, dysfunctional belief systems you don't even know you're running. If you're limping right now, if you're taking a drug right now, if you got a drink, okay, to calm yourself down or to have fun, if you got a toke to just be okay with life, all right, then guess what? They already own you. All right. So I will do this and understand that extra blood flow, okay, has brought life back into here, and there is already little maybe scar tissue in here that's already changed back. Because understand something, we do not get rid of scar tissue. We bring back in the blood supply, the electricity. Oh yes, electricity. Your body runs on electricity. When you have left your body completely, there is no electricity in it. When you are sick and can't get out of bed, there's no electricity. And it doesn't matter how sick you are in bed, we can teach you how to get enough electricity that you can get out of bed. But are you willing to change your personality to change your reality? That will be the big issue here. Look, I get it. Okay? I really, truly do. People are fearful. There's a lot going on in the world. You know, this is the first year that we have done courses and people aren't showing up to them. We only have one more course in Stuart, Florida, in the United States this year. If anybody's interested in coming for a whole life coach, Wolf non-surgical, or for the pelvic restoration course. We only have one course in Australia, and that's this summer. And we'll be doing 3 courses this summer there, but we won't be back there for 2 years. And then I have a beautiful, beautiful training center and retreat down here in Ixtapa, and that's where we're going to be focusing, where there's no GMOs, where there's no 5G, where all the foods are organic, okay, where you can go and buy your food for about 25% of the cost down here, and it's organic, all right? Understand, you know, it's all about quality of life, and you're never going to have it unless you're going to become your own practitioner. At the very beginning, come to us to get treated, but we don't want you to stay for treatment, because you know how powerful it feels that now you're in charge and you are not believing the BS of someone saying, I'll keep an eye on that for you, which means I will watch it until it grows too big and we got to cut it out, or you can't move anymore, or you're in so much pain with that knee that you're crying and begging us to go in there because we own you. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're programmed. Okay, so now I've clapped it. Okay, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you can see it, but guess what? This is where a lot of people have problems. Guess what? I have one little bruise about this big right here. And that means that that was calcified. Okay? Do you want to get a close-up? I don't know if they can see it. Is that okay like that? Can you see? Okay, all right. I want you to see this, okay? And I was hitting pretty hard there, but a clapping, I'll call it. And then I'm going to show you what I would do with my clapper, okay? But look here. You see right there? It's just below my finger. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, if you were to clap, okay? If you were to clap, all right? And this whole thing bruised. Okay, let's put it this way. If I clapped you and the whole thing bruised, you call your lawyer. Why? Because you were taught that if you get any type of body work or therapy and somebody bruises you, they've injured you. Well, I'm not saying that somebody couldn't do something to actually injure you, but that is such a lie. You guys have no idea, do you? You have no idea that the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers have been controlling this planet since it started. And they get together and they strategize everything. You don't understand that the greatest medical doctors in the world don't know that healthy people don't bruise. The greatest medical doctors in the world, if I were to send somebody to them or send somebody to the hospital that actually was bruised, they'd go, call your lawyer. Oh my God, what an abusive guy. We need to shut him down. Nobody's shutting me down anywhere. Just because I come up with something, and I'm not telling you we go around bruising people. We don't. But if you do something for me, and I'm going to go through it with you, you're going to find out this. And if you actually understood it, when you clap, why would a healthy person bruise? Listen, overripe fruit bruises. And after it gets overripe and it bruises, what happens? Well, there's fruit flies all around it. And what happens when you start to actually disintegrate and you become toxic in your tissues? You get parasites, don't you? Well, I don't have parasites. I will never have parasites. I vibrate way higher than a parasite. And then people are going, he's cocky, he's going to get his. And understand, I will never have a disease. You'll never hear that I have a disease. You'll never hear that I'm laid up in bed. That is so far from the truth. You have no idea. It has taken me 45 years, that's how long I've been in health, to get to the point that I can tell the truth and don't care that the majority of the population thinks I'm a crackpot, that the majority of the population thinks I'm abusive. Well, guess what? I'll tell you what's abusive. 86 to 92%, depending where you go in North America, has an autoimmune disease. I'll tell you what's abusive. 8-year-olds have fatty livers now and cirrhosis. I'll tell you what's abusive, all right? 50% of teenagers are pre-diabetic, okay? That used to be called adult onset diabetes, and guess what? Even 8-year-olds are getting adult onset diabetes. That's abusive. You want to talk about abusive here? You want to talk about how we've become so comfortable, okay, all right, at being uncomfortable? You want to talk about that part? Okay, let's see here. All right, let's keep going. I will answer all the questions, okay? And I'm on Telegram, Doc of Detox Telegram. For questions, you can put them up here, they'll show. Also, Facebook, Twitter, which is X, Rumble, and what's the other one? YouTube. That's it. Got them. We got them all. Okay, so if your questions come up, I'll do this at the end, I promise, okay? Listen, does anybody know why I'm a little outrageous? Okay, because I love you. And you know what I learned? And you're going, you can't love me, you don't know me. Yes, I can. Because when I love you, I love my life more. Yeah, but you don't know me. What if I'm a different religion or I have a different belief? What does that got to do with anything? We were all created by the same creator. It has nothing to do with that. Believe in anything you want to believe. But by golly, please believe in yourself and love in self and care for yourself and learn how. And guys, this isn't a sales pitch. Don't spend a penny with me. It's okay. I've already got enough. I do. Okay? I'm good at what I do. I don't have to go seeking work. All right? It's a good thing I don't, because I wouldn't be able to come on here and do these videos. Well, some of you are going, gee, I wish he wasn't on here. Well, just jump off the platform then. Here. So, this is called A Perfect Day. This is what I've written over 45 years. If there's anybody on here that's already got and downloaded, they're going to please comment on whatever platform you're on, because they're going to tell you that it's the most powerful take action book they've ever read. And I've made sure of that. And that's not about me being conceited. It's about me putting 40 years into something. And this is for everyone, from blender drinks to salads to what emotion causes what disease, to the 12 loving steps, to how to reverse the irreversible, to why women were actually sucker punched through liberation and they weren't liberated, they were actually enslaved. I mean, I have everything in here to show what they did to us and how we're going to get back and how we could come back if you want. You just take what you want from it. Go to pdgfree.com, and then if you want, I sell it for $75, and if you knew how much money it put into it, it takes, actually the book cost me, ready? To ship to you and to make the book, it's $68. That's what it cost us. So we left a little for profit, just in case, right? So the book comes to you for free because there's no profit actually. Once you read it, tell me what you think. I would really love to get some reviews. We're giving the book away free all over the world. And just know this, right now we have had over 100,000 downloads of this PDG free guide since December 25th. That's when I started giving it away, the PDF version. And everyone, we sold out, and we're just getting a bunch of the hard copies back into the warehouse Monday. So anybody that's on back order, they're coming for you, okay? And please, what we're going to do is I'm going to get Gaston where you go on to the PDG free, and I want to have I'm going to have a comment section because I really want you to, I want to know what you think, okay? I want you to know what you think of the book. Okay, let's get back to this. So, you know, the first thing you got to do is the clapping, okay? Now, for those of you that have knee problems and you have somebody in your family that will do this for you, okay, let me show you. You see? I would put my leg up, right? And you want to clap. This is your lymph node, right? Right here. And if you go to your doctor, what's he going to tell you? Oh my God, don't touch your lymph nodes. Don't touch your lymph nodes, okay? And I want you to clap them. You have the bumpy side and you have the smooth side. You can pick the side you want. I'll go through the clapper. I'll go through clapping next week. I'll show you how to clap your whole body, like just basically. But I have all the clapping videos in the library. If you go clapping, if you click on Clapping for Life, they're all there. I show you how to clap with COVID. I show you how to clap for heart problems. I show you how to clap every part of your body to get rid of a physical block. This is worth $10,000. You know, when you clap, this is the best diagnosis in the world. If you come up with a light purple, you're lightly toxic. If it comes up with a dark purple, you're getting pretty toxic. If it comes up black, we know you've got so much toxicity. Your tissues are rotting and you've got so much poison in there. And if you clap here and the bruising goes down your leg, or when we do the arm, this is the heart-lung meridian. I'll show that this coming week. But if you clap here for 5, we do it for 10 minutes when we teach. If we get them to clap 10 minutes, I'm getting back to the knee, guys. I really am. We get them to clap for 10 minutes here. I'm not going to do it now, but I will do it this week, and I'll prove to you that I will clap, okay, for a few minutes, and it'll only stay red. The more bruised it is, the more heartbroken you are, and the more lung damage you have. You think I'm kidding? And then guess what? Believe it or not, clapping here actually helps your lungs. And the day that you actually clap here enough and it doesn't bruise means that your heart is healing and your lungs are healing. And then if you did like nebulizing with infinite iodine, okay, you're going to clear your lungs out. And I don't care how bad they are, COPD, asthma, stage 1, 2, 3, 4 inflammation in your lungs. They call it cancer. I'm telling you to go to town. You can't hurt yourself with my stuff. Okay? All right. So here's the deal. So what did I say? I said that every bit of pain, every stiffness, all swelling, and all redness is caused because of calcification, crystallization, or scar tissue formation on a physical level. Are you willing to make some different choices? Okay, all right. So anyways, so I told you right now, if you got knee problems, you got to clap back here, okay? Usually I'd have my leg up on something, but it's okay. We don't need to now. Look, that's all you got to do. Put your leg up on the bed or put it on the couch. Get yourself the clapper. And you see this clapper? Well, believe it or not, we ended up making 6 different clappers before we came up with the one that you don't have to do this, like really big movement, and it's the flexibility you want, and it does the work for you. So, okay? And then when you're done there, okay, it doesn't hurt to go a little lower and do into like the calf muscle, and then do over here on the side of the muscle, and then I'm going to show you what you're going to do with your knee. Okay, all right, you ready? Okay, you see, I'm going to show you something. Let me see here. Okay, is that okay, Rafa? Yes. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, so now, here it is. Here's your knee. So we're going to come down. Oh, I'll show you a technique, not today. I'll show you a technique on how to flush out and get your lymph nodes dumping and do a lymph drainage on your body. I won't do that today, but there's a spot here, and then there's a spot here, and then there's a spot right here, okay? And tomorrow I'm going to show you how, well, not tomorrow, but I'll show you in the next few days. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, we just did a deal and leased 30 by 40 studio. In 6 weeks, I have my Braveheart Nation app coming out, and we are going to be putting out to the world. Doesn't matter what language they speak, what religion they are, what color they are, people who have master classes that they would like to share and bring up on our Braveheart Nation app. And wait till you see our app. This is the most advanced app in health, I believe. The makers of it said there's nothing out there like it. But that's going to be coming out, and we're going to be doing a lot more videos and master classes and trainings, and I'll have people coming from around the world to my studio as well. No matter what they try to do to keep us from each other, it's not going to happen. And that's why I'm not going to do as many courses and go running around the world anymore. That's why I did this long-term lease on this huge video studio, and we are going to be pumping out videos to help you and your family. And I'm going to have an area where you can actually send in to me and go, I want to see this, and I'm going to go down the list, and I'm going to do videos for you, whatever you need, okay? All right, whatever you need, I can do, I'm going to do. But our main training center and our main clinic and healing center will be in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, because I think there's a lot that the world's going to go through, and I'd really like to be someplace that I love and I know that it is totally peaceful and beautiful. And that's why this is where I'll be, and you can come and see me anytime you want. I mean, we have the retreat center, and you'll see if you go to personal treatment and trainings or .com, or you go to DOD5star.com, and you're going to see that we have tons of trainings, and you can come for a juice fasting, or you can come for water fasting, or you can come and I just want to go somewhere where I can eat the best food in the world and I can just relax. So it depends on the person, right? And then the other place is our other clinic is up in Kelowna, British Columbia. And I don't go there much, but my daughter has that one, and she has a Cellsonic, and she does all the work up there. I've decided to pull back here, okay, and just really focus and make sure that we're getting into everybody's homes and everybody's hearts. That's going to be really big for me, okay, all right? Now, let's get to this. So what you do is, I want you to grab and get yourself a shot glass. You see, everybody, shot glass? Or you can use, 1 second, or you can use this here. You see this? This is one of our smaller essential oil bottles. And then you see the bottom edge of this. So I'll do it with both. I'll do with the bottom edge of this, okay? Sometimes I'll use, depending on how big the joint is, I'll use a bigger bottle. But really, in most cases, a shot glass. I called it one-shot therapy, right? Okay, and yeah, it's a technique. And so I will start below, okay? So put your finger here at the bottom of your knee. So, okay, so here's the muscle tissue. Feel it, feel the muscle tissue. Come up, oh, there, come up against the bone. Now, just here where the bone is, I'm gonna pull back on the skin tight. And then I'm gonna use, you can use some coconut oil. Olive oil sticks more. I tell people to get the coconut C60 or the hemp oil C60. And the reason why is because it's 270 times stronger in vitamin C. And it also has a really nice smoothness to it. But when you're heating this area up, you're putting in the most powerful free radical neutralizer, and it goes in and heals the tissue, and it heals the joints. But here we go. Use whatever you want to lubricate. I'm not using any lubrication, okay? Pretty humid in here. So see here? Now I can feel a little bit right there. I'm coming down below the bone. So I'm gonna come up like this, okay? And I can feel it right here. There's a cord. And I'm gonna work on that cord. And see, if you are the type of person that goes, pain is, if you don't want to be the master of your pain, then pain's going to master you the rest of your life. I can't take it. I'm always in pain. I'm always in pain. Don't touch me. I'm in pain. Don't do this. I'm in pain. Don't touch me. So that person was made into a victim on a psychological level before they were on a physical level. And that doesn't make them weak. That just makes them programmed. So please make that perfectly clear. I'm going to tell you, there was a time in my life that, I just felt life was unfair, and I was a victim. And you know what? It is no fun being a victim, and it's no fun being around victims, but the world's just full of them now because they programmed us that way. So I'm going to come under here under the joint and see this. Look what I do. Look how I hold it, everyone. And then I'm using I'm using this edge. So, and then I'm like, see what I'm doing? I'm exaggerating. So I'm coming up, and I'm going to go in around, and I'm going to go in and break this up. So let me tell you something right now. My name is Dr. Daryl Wolf, and I will give you a money-back guarantee that if you ever come to us, we will take you further than anyone else said you could go. That's a money-back guarantee, and that's in the first treatment. Remember, if I unleash the non-surgical that we do, the Wolf non-surgical, we do that on you, and we use cardio med bed and cell sonic regeneration. There's no way you want your money back. We have not even come close to that. We bring the thunder down. We are not. You cannot compare us to any other body workers in the world. And if you can only get to somebody who does Wolf non-surgical, they are going to wow you. And just so you know, I give them a money-back guarantee when they work on you. And you can think that's cocky, but I call it confident. And I've been doing this since I was 27 years old. All right, so I'm going to come up now. Look at, and I'm going to do this. Now, just so you know, we are putting a master class together, Dr. Sage Wolf and I, on clapping, one-shot therapy, and how to do the whole body. So we're going to be showing that, and it's going to be inexpensive. And we're going to start a group, and everybody's going to have their questions answered, and we will tackle things. And we will do this. We will create an army of heroes, Braveheart heroes. You're going to come all underneath, and it's coming underneath the ledge. Look, I can hear the crunching, and I don't have a lot because understand, I do the clapping thing. I do use the clapper, and I do the other things I'm going to show you. But guess what? If you started taking Black Diamond in your drinking water, and you took Beyond Ormus Minerals, which I have the best trace mineral product in the world, and I can say it. I also have the only humic fulvic in the world that hasn't been treated with chemicals, and it's in a nano form, and I can say that too. So now I'm going to come up, and I'm going to go right in there. Look at this. Yeah, I can't find much. Well, why? Because of the way I live, right? Oh, here, a little bit. Here, let me see. Let me see. Next time, let's hook up a mic, Another mic. And then I can show them. I'm just going to see it here. Hold on, hold on. Can you hear that? Okay, there it is. You hear that, guys? Oh, there it is. Hear that? That is scar tissue. A little bit of calcium, but mainly scar tissue. I'm breaking it up. It's falling apart good. And see, if I try to do that on people, people are set up that if you have any pain, you got to run from it. You got to run from it. You got to drug it. You got to suppress it with food or alcohol or tokes or something. No. Meet it. Can you hear it? Rafa? Yes. Good. Can you hear it? The crunching? Okay, so anyways, and then I'll come around here. You know what? Be a one-shot therapy detective and go in around, underneath, on top, go this direction, up, down, forward, sideways. Go in there. Let's say today, I'm going to spend a half an hour just on, the inside of my knee area that's been bothering me for years. But first, I did the clapping. Then I used my clapper in the back of my knee, right? And I clap this for 5 to 10 minutes first. I'm telling you, it'll make it so much easier. It'll melt things. The blood will help to carry it away. Okay, so once I've done that, then I'm going to work on this part of my knee, and I will work on there for 20 minutes to a half an hour, and I will breathe. I'll put a slight smile on. I'll connect to my lion heart breath, and I'll just go like this, and I'll go, I got this. Come on, let's go. And I'm going to work just on this area until there's no crunching left. There's no scar tissue left. I win. Okay, and then after I do that, then what we're going to do is, what did I do with it? Where did the DMSO go to? Oh, here it is. Okay, now, just so you know, those of you in Canada, you can call the office. Maybe they can help you out. But you're not allowed to buy Doc of Detox DMSO anymore, okay? You're not allowed to buy Doc of Detox DMSO. This is my DMSO gel, and this is my rose cream. For those of you who are more sensitive, you can use the rose cream, and the rose cream can be used on the more sensitive areas in the body, okay? See, it's a white cream. Smells really nice. It's all natural, okay? And DMSO rose cream is actually the cream, the DMSO comes from actually pine trees. And then this one here is stronger, and this one is called DMSO gel, okay? So this is more like a gel, okay? All right? So the gel is stronger. And I would usually use the gel on joint areas. I would use the gel on, let's say, fibroids. I would use the gel on calcium deposit areas. I would use the on scar tissue from surgery and joints, okay? Or tougher areas or areas that really lack in circulation. DMSO gets rid of pain beautifully. And it doesn't get rid of pain because it hides it. It gets rid of pain because it brings in more circulation. Oh my God, you clapped it. You used the, oh, it's weird. Okay. Can you still hear me though? Yes. Okay. So, anyways, see, I have to have people look after me because I'm somewhere in outer space. Okay? So, you clapped it, and then you clapped the back with the clapper. You took it with this, and then guess what? Just give it a couple of days or so, and then go back in and do the other side. When you do work, you want to do this side, and then also your medial side, your lateral side, and then you want to do your inferior and your superior, and then you want to work right on top of the patella too. So I'm going in to do it all. I'm going to clean up the whole patella. I'm going to go underneath here. Look at this. Pull the skin down tight. And I'm going to go in here in every nook and cranny, and I'm going to clean that out. Okay? Then I'm going to go up here, and you'll see up here, most people, the inch before the knee is all the muscles leaving because there's so much stress there. So you pull back and go in here and look at this. Let me do this again. I'm telling you, I have no pain. And I'll tell you something right now. If I get any pain in my knee, I go in and work on my knee for an hour. Oh, I'm pooped after. It's work. But guess what? I got the knees of a teenager. I don't have any aches and pains. I'll be 67 years old, and guess what? You will never see nobody in my staff ever heard me complain, because I've mastered pain. And if you take a look out there, pain management clinic, who wants to manage pain? I'm going to master it. You want to learn how to master pain? You come take our whole life coach course, our Wolf non-surgical course. And then if you wanted to take the 3-day pelvic course, you could. But I'm going to tell you, you can set up business after that. And guess what? That's only 22 days of taking courses. And I'm going to set you up in business. No way. You can't do that. Oh, yes, I can. We can even give an indigenous doctorate to protect you against white man's government. And we'll be on tomorrow night, at Thursday, right? At 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, to show the world that you can actually be adopted by the Taino tribe, get your doctorate in indigenous medicine, and that you can't be touched by any court. And they can't tell you who to touch and who to work on anymore, because now you're in a whole different system. I'm not kidding. Okay, all right. Just know this, I'm not going to do anything that I was taught in school. I'm not going to do anything I was taught in school. And I'm not saying that none of it was any good. I just know that I can do way better than that. I can do way better than anything I was taught in school. And guess what? Whether you believe it or not, okay? There was this little song that everybody lives in little boxes. And that's right. By the time you're done grade 12, the Rockefeller said all you need is 12 years and you've got a robot for life. So just think if you went to college and university. Tell me yeah. Okay. So here. See if you can hear it. Hear that? Can you please shut their door? Thank you. Can you hear that, guys? So I do have a cord right here. And what happens is, if we do things that are beyond our muscles because of circulation, then we kind of get little micro tearing and scar tissue. And that's that cord. So I could go in and get rid of it. I don't have any problem there, but I will the next time I take a flight. So just so you know, I'm flying up to Canada, okay? And I've got, I'm doing a training for a group of medical practitioners that are interested in how we actually reverse fibroids. So, when I go there, I'll be in Kelowna, British Columbia, and it'll be about 4 weeks, 5 weeks from now. I haven't set the date, but I will be giving a lecture there, okay? I won't be there long because I got to get back here because of the Extapa healing retreat that we're doing. And right now, we've got people booking every week coming in. And also because we're opening up that huge video studio to really go worldwide and really start teaching people like I'm doing here today. So the reality is you can't hurt yourself, okay? The reality is you got to go in and work on both sides. Don't be afraid to go in and do the clapping, the clapper, the shot glass. And after you do that, then you're going to take DMSO gel. If you find it's really tender, okay, then maybe just use the DMSO cream, the rose cream, okay? And then put that on. You want to put it on the area that you worked and a little bit on the rest of the area, but mainly on the area you worked. Let's bring up the circulation and the healing. And then you'll do that 3 times a day minimum, putting on the cream. And you only need such a very little bit, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to use Pain Away Essential Oil first. Pain Away Essential Oil. Guys, you know that you can buy for $95 a 4-ounce bottle from us. And these aren't cheap essential oils. We don't carry a lot, but what we carry is the best that we can find. And what you want to do is put it in a smaller bottle if you want, Okay, but you want to put the Pain Away essential oil on there every half hour. If you did it every half hour and you put the DMSO on, how about this being healed in 3 days? No more than 5 days. Now you can go right back in here again. After you've gone in there 3 to 5 times, you've got a brand new knee. And you can thank me. No, thank yourself, because you're the one who did the work. Okay? I was just kidding about thanking me. All right? Now, once the pain has come down, you move into what we call muscle restore. Muscle restore is for tissue, allowing the tissue to actually, the metabolism in the tissue cells to work properly, where the Pain Away is exactly what it is. It's Pain Away. All right? Now, those of you who have really bad joint problems, please take a look at Ocean Essential Fatty Acids. They absorb 400% better, easier than fish oil. Okay, and it's got all your EFAs in them. People that are really have joint problems, nervous system problems, heart problems, brain problems, I'll put them on 10 twice a day. And I'll do it for 6 weeks to 3 months. Wait till you see the change in them. Remember something. If I could use this as an example, you know, the door I can't open because the hinges are rusty. I'm going to WD-4 it. Well, this is WD-40, okay? Now, after 6 weeks to 3 months, we can back off. You know, if you did 5 twice a day, that's where we have to be with essential fatty acids. But you could take 10 all at once if you wanted. They're very small, they're just round, they look beautiful. You can feel the energy coming off of them. And then here, listen, I already told you about the Ormus minerals to put in your drinking water and the black diamond. But for those who are really stiff, this is called Mag Infusion. This actually infuses through the stomach. This does not act like a laxative like that Calm product does. You take this, and what you do is you can take like 1/8 of a scoop, and if you put that under your tongue and you let the saliva mix, it feels hot and metallic. What's going to happen is you take that in, you are going to feel so calm and loose, and it'll help you go to sleep too. I tell people do a half an hour before and then do it right before you go to sleep. And with those 2 scoops, if you were to do belly button therapy, okay, this is a belly button therapy, which I'm not going to show today, but this is belly button therapy. And you can see belly button therapy in my library in the do-it-yourself guide, okay? I show you how to do belly button therapy. In my do-it-yourself guide, there's so much in there, okay? So now I've done all of these things. And understand something right now. You can believe this. It doesn't matter if you do, because I get it. I get it. If you don't want to believe me, okay, about certain things, you don't need to. Why would you want to believe me? Here's a guy that's trying to tell you that you don't have to limp, you don't have to take drugs, you don't have to have surgery. So who am I? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm the only guy I know that gives you a money-back guarantee the first time you come. I will do non-surgical on you, and I will do Cellsonic if you want. But even if I just do the non-surgical and nothing else, okay, I will prove to you that it's over. It's all over. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Every natural health practitioner has been lied to, and every natural health practitioner school that has been government approved, has been ruled, schooled, and fooled. And you tell me that a naturopathic doctor is still a naturopath today, and I'll tell you, I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm going to tell you that they've infiltrated the schools, and they always will, but they don't infiltrate my school. Okay? I will never have government approval, but I've got approval from the World Organization of Natural Medicine. I've got approval from United Nations with the Indigenous program for you to be protected. That's by the United Nations, guys. I hope you know that the whole indigenous protection thing for practitioners was already tested all the way to the Supreme Court. And this is worldwide. So just so you know that. Okay, and I'll be on Thursday night at 6 o'clock with that. And if you're interested and you would like to come down to the Ixtapa Zihuatanegal retreat, it's a beautiful thing. It really is. The food, the juicing. We have a ozonated structured pool. You have red light therapy. You've got the strongest infrared therapy in the world. You've got Cellsonic, CardioMedBed, Avicens, Bioptron, vibrational plates, and even electric bikes for you to go and ride on. There's 75 miles of bike trails here. So, just know this, that if you go to DOD5star.com, or you go to Personal Treatment and Training, we'll come to you or you come to us. This is what we do. And everybody that comes and takes our course, whether you're coming to be certified to actually do it for a living, or you're coming to just be the hero for your family and learn the technique, all right? You'll be getting this book. You'll be getting the Perfect Day Guide, okay, which is a 550-page manual. And you'll also be getting my Healthy to 100 book. But you'll also be able to come on with us every week for our Q&As for life, okay? I don't know what else we can do. I mean, all we can do is just not judge, observe, and then be patient and have empathy for everyone until they become valuable enough that they know that they're going to have to step outside the comfort zone of the majority, because the majority do not rule the world. The majority are being ruled, and they're being harvested right now. And I'm not political at all, and I just don't buy into any systems. I only buy into one thing, and that is you to find your brave heart. That is you to find your authentic self. And it takes a lifetime. And the reality is you can just keep on struggling like your family and feel cursed, or you can have an inner standing and go find that God spot in your heart and get enough faith to stand in your power. I want to thank you for joining me. So tomorrow I will be on at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time with Terry, who invented infinite iodine. And just so you know, everyone, so people are a little bit flabbergasted. Why am I doing it? When you buy one of our 4-ounce or 16-ounce bottles of infinite iodine, it's 30%. When you buy 2, it's 40%. When you buy 3, it's 50%. People want to know why I'm doing that. Well, the reality is we're shutting down 3 fulfillment centers, and we're moving into 1 fulfillment center in Texas and that we're going to run. We had to make a decision to stay with these fulfillment centers or open our own, because right now all of our people that we're buying or making our products or supplying us, the bottling, the labeling and everything, everybody's putting their prices up like 15 to 20%. And I don't want to do it. So right now we're doing that, and we're taking a look at what we're going to do. We're going to have a huge moving sale because where we are right now, the fulfillment centers, when they pick something, they charge us. When they wrap it up, they charge us. And because we're moving out of there, they're charging us heavy. It's almost like we're being punished. So we decided that we're going to sell off and fill up everybody's wish list. Okay? That's about it. Anyways, just know this. When people say we're all in this together, we are. Every time someone learns how to love and care for themselves, they bring the vibration of this world up. When people stop believing they're sinners and losers and failures and understand that repetition is the key, and you need to set yourself free. And listen, don't care what anybody thinks about you, because people don't think. They just react and attack. Tomorrow I'm going to be going and I'm going to be talking about how you actually created everything in your life unconsciously, 98%, and only 2% consciously. What if you were to flip that around? You think about it. And also think about this. Is it that bad? Let me see if you can walk around with a slight smile all day today. Your shoulders back. And then reminding yourself that you're breathing. My new app has a little beautiful bell or ding or chime. And you can set it to go off, whether it's 5 minutes or every minute, to remind you that you are beautiful, that you were created by the same creator that all of us got created from. And the only reason why you don't have what you believe you deserve is because you have belief systems that you don't deserve. So we've got to help you change those so that you can help the world by discovering your authentic self, your passion, and your purpose. This is my only mission. And you'll find out. This is my mission. Oh my God, if we had 2% of the population in the world totally buying into one law, one love, unconditional love for themselves and everyone else, 2%, we'd rock the world. God bless. 3, 2, 1. You've got this, Bravehearts.